Today on Destination Polaris. New places and familiar faces.
Better let it rip, tater chip.
Plenty of charm on this southern adventure.
Destination Polaris is presented by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications.
Welcome to Destination Polaris. We are in the heart of the American South, and our ride starts in North Georgia. Who better to show us around than Georgia's own singer-songwriter, Brantley Gilbert.
Hello, hello.
What's up, Brantley? What do you say? Should we do this?
I didn't put on my shiny boots for nothing. Let's get it.
All right, let's go.
Welcome to Georgia, home of elevation changes, red mud, and good times.
That's right. Today we have country superstar Brantley Gilbert along for the ride.
I've been making music, my mom says, a long time. I guess when I was little, I had like a little plastic microphone and a plastic guitar, and she said I'd put on a show for an audience of one.
Fast forward to 2022, and Brantley has 2 platinum albums and 5 #1 singles. Today, the chart topper is up for some fun in the mud at Iron Mountain Off-Road Park. Check the Ride Command map and see we're in Dahlonega, Georgia, an hour north of Atlanta. Brantley made the hour trek from his ranch, but like any A-lister, he doesn't travel alone.
PJ's our head of security. Kevin drives the bus. We also got Bubbles out here. Bubbles is one of my best friends and works with us out there on the road. They're family to me, honestly. They're my brothers.
I do believe it's going to be a little bit chilly. Being a native of Athens and then of the South, you know, this is cold to me. What Polaris did for me. I love this company.
It's going to be a good time, man. If I know anything about North Georgia, it's going to give us some good terrain. And we got good company, good fellowship. It's going to be a good day.
All right, mount up.
Old Georgia adventure about to go down. I am very excited for this one. Let's hit it. It might be his first time here at Iron Mountain, but Brantley feels right at home.
Grew up, born and raised in Jefferson, Georgia. It's a stone's throw from Athens, home of the Bulldogs. I lived in Nashville for about 1.5 years, and there's nothing wrong with the town. There's just something about home to me. Here we go, son, get some!
PJ likes it here too.
The trails are awesome in here. The elevation changes were awesome. It kind of made me test my skills a little bit. It was muddy because it rained not too many days ago. Playing in the mud is always a lot of fun. This is the most fun I've had getting dirty.
Let's make one thing clear. This isn't just any mud. This is red Georgia clay.
As you can see from a little bit of decoration we got on the side, it is no longer wrapped green. It is red as the clay here in the great state of Georgia. You're welcome.
The color isn't scaring these guys.
Hey man, we waterproofing this thing, dog. We let you get a little bit in front of us and then just hammered down on it.
We had a windshield, and then I kind of forgot about these guys back here. I'm like, oh.
It's all good.
We're dry, high and dry.
The General never barks, never stops, never holds up. Chuck is all throttle. No sense, all throttle, baby.
I hit it the first time, and then I was like, no, but if we go again, I might do it.
Kevin and PJ with us, but you know, they kind of stay in the back because they're a little bit slow. They're in my 4-seater Razor, and it is capable of doing some magnificent things. Unfortunately, neither one of them are just bringing it out of the machine today. I don't know, maybe they're just scared. Well, I don't know why.
We didn't keep up, but you were throwing mud, and then when you go past us and stuff, and we try to pass you, you be telling us we #1 with the wrong finger.
Look, I'm gonna go ahead and explain something to you. Let me explain something to you.
Just plain.
You just don't walk up behind a man like this. Y'all walking up like y'all trying to muscle up on somebody. You got goggles on, right? Why you worried about mud then? Commit to the mud. Commit to the mud, PJ. Look, it ain't gonna hurt you, no. Messed up my whole interview.
Sorry, Brantley. I gotta go with Kevin and PJ on this one. We have the footage to prove it. The park has many viewpoints, but this one is pretty sweet.
Ooh, made it. I'm not sure what we're looking at yet, but we'll find out.
Oh, right there.
See that dark spot sticking up? You look just to the right of that.
Yeah.
Way out in the distance, you can see the outline of it.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I like when I can see Atlanta with no traffic and on a Polaris. So, I mean,
Polaris.
There you
Polaris. Tear some mud up, you know, climb a mountain or 3, see Atlanta and Rock City.
What's this stop called?
Atlanta Overlook.
Atlanta Overlook, makes sense, okay. Atlanta Overlook.
yeah, I take my son. His response was, damn, that's so dope.
These Georgia folks are not afraid to call you out.
I gotta check something. Can you say Minnesota for me?
Minnesota.
Use your real accent, Alexa.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah, you didn't do that there the first time.
Guess I need to work on my southern twang. Plenty more from Georgia when we get back on Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications. Rockford Fosgate, purpose-built audio. Full throttle battery, the one that works. And by Walton's, everything but the meat.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We're deep in the red Georgia clay with country music star Brantley Gilbert.
You know, we just came out to have a good time here at Iron Mountain today. What's a lot of fun is just a couple weeks ago, we were out in Nevada, completely different terrain. Man, it's just crazy to see what these machines are capable of. I mean, right out of the factory, these things will do whatever you want them to do.
He owns multiple Polaris machines, but today he's rocking his Polaris General.
General's kind of just a happy little ground in the middle, am I right? See, you got your Rangers, which is like your utility vehicle, your work vehicles, I call them, your hunting vehicle. And you got your Razors, which is, you know, no middle ground, just full throttle.
His General has no problem handling the terrain at Iron Mountain.
There's a lot of up and down, there's a lot of tight corners. Yeah, you can really tell they're rounding out all the corners, man. These things are turning on a dime and just doing everything you would want a machine to do.
It's been fun, but Brantley and his crew have to get back on the road. Our adventure at Iron Mountain isn't over, so we link up with owner Craig and his son Hunter.
We have had Polaris products. We currently have our Turbo S's that we're using. I love those machines. We took those this past year on the Continental Divide, did 2,800 miles.
I love it. It is a great father-son sport. We've been able to see things in the country that we would never be able to see in any other way, shape, or form. And our Polarises have taken us all over the country. And the stuff that you can take those machines through and be able to go see is things that you would never be able to see in any other type of vehicle.
They love to travel, but their backyard is pretty epic too.
Some of our views are just absolutely incredible. We can see 50 miles of the Appalachian Trail. We can see over into Alabama. We can see up into North Carolina. So our views are just absolutely spectacular.
It's a family affair indeed. Husband and wife duo Justin and Stacy are ready to see the park for themselves.
It's a great opportunity to get out and ride. We try and make that a part of the culture, so we're able to usually get out a couple times a year.
So we've been married 5 years and together 7 years, so we love to get out as much as possible. He takes it to the next level sometimes. He pushes the limits, but I trust him.
She isn't kidding. It's their first time at the park, but Justin is tearing it up. One thing's for sure here in Georgia, you can't avoid the mud.
It is very Georgia red clay. It is the color of my shirt. This is why we picked this color, is because it will not stain. But it is very unique soil. It is very hard to clean it off your machine. Very difficult.
Big fan of the hill climbs, definitely a fan of the mud as well. I think you have to be if you live in Georgia.
Justin might drive most of the time, but I think Stacy's ready to take the wheel.
Well, we've been killing it all day. I think I've had enough driving. You want to give it a shot?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Back on the ranch, like growing up?
Yeah, except for the machines got a little bit better. Definitely a lot more power.
There you go.
I like a lot of the long trails. I like all the hills. There's a lot of diversity in the trails, which is nice. It's beautiful up here. Just a lot of good riding. This is one hobby we can enjoy together, and it's always fun just going out and letting loose.
We're very work hard, play hard individuals, so it's really nice to be able to get out together and kind of, you know, blow off that steam and get to have some fun.
Fun is what it's all about. New ride park, new crew, same objective. Coming up next on Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Aluma Trailers, ready to ride when you are. Assault Industries, lead, explore, conquer. Quad Boss, get out there. And by Super ATV, the leader in aftermarket parts and accessories.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We've crossed state lines from Georgia into Alabama, where our southern riding adventure continues at Indian Mountain Park. We're just across the border in eastern Alabama. Where exactly? I'll let Labriska tell you.
You are in the middle of nowhere. No, actually, you're in what used to be called Bluffton, Alabama. The park offers 4,700 acres of property for riding, camping, and hiking and fishing. We accommodate ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles.
When at Indian Mountain, we might as well start by heading to the top. To invite Southern local and industry mover and shaker, David Uptain.
I helped start a Facebook group called Razor Life back in 2012. So Facebook groups are for like-minded people to come together and have discussions, and we needed something for razor enthusiasts.
Being who he is, it's only fitting he's on one of the newest Polaris machines.
This is the brand new 22 Razor Pro R in the Ultimate package, which has the Fox Live valve on it. I've been riding side-by-side since the very day that Polaris came out with the Razor. It's crazy to think of the original 50-inch 800cc Razor versus today, where I'm sitting on this 2,000cc, 225 horsepower beast of a machine. So this is my first outing in it. Picked it up yesterday and came straight here to Indian Mountain to ride with you guys.
First outing, and it's passing the test. This trail is called God's Path. I didn't expect it to look so different compared to Georgia.
One of the things that I think there is a misconception of Alabama is that it's all mud. I mean, we have our fair share of mud. Even here in Indian Mountain, we have, you know, some mud holes in the bottoms to splash through and things like that. But Indian Mountain's a lot of hills, a lot of rocks. I'm more of a fan of rock crawling, so this is a little more into my element.
We've talked a lot about razors today, but it's not just side-by-sides out here.
So I got this last year. I finally graduated and started working, and it was something that I wanted my first purchase to be a four-wheeler. I've ridden a little bit of everything, but I like the look of it, and I like the size of a 570. Like, it's not too big, and I just thought they looked really cool. It was a little rocky, but it wasn't as bad as I expected. It was just a good ride.
Molly had no problem keeping up all the way to the top.
So you get up there, and I was actually telling you that I was hoping that we get a good view up there because you could see way off, but you had trees in the way. When you get on top of God's Path, everything is clear, and you can see there's a Weiss Lake. We actually checked it. It was 12 miles away, and you can see it just plain as day from the top of Indian Mountain.
That was a hike, wasn't it? Right in the backyard, so might as well come and make good of it. You can see into Georgia. That's Georgia back that way, and Alabama back this way.
It's a big flag.
Yeah, it's 40 by 40.
Sweet.
It's gonna much worse.
You can hang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can hang with the big dogs.
We go all the way to right this side of those towers. It's blinking right there.
That's awesome. Huge piece of property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love going up to God's Path and just said it's so tranquil. You can see almost a 360-degree view. You can see all the way back into Georgia. I believe we are the third or fourth highest point on that lookout in Alabama.
You can take a picture, but it just doesn't do it justice.
We'll do our best. More from Indian Mountain when we get back on Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by FlowFast, the ultimate portable fluid transfer system. Polaris Adventures, adventure everywhere. And by AMSOIL, run with us.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. It's our last day in the South, but there's still plenty to see at Indian Mountain. YouTuber Johnny Croft is about to show us his home park.
I have a YouTube channel, Grim RZR, Grim Razor, and I just like coming out and meeting new people, having a good time. I just love it. Indian Mountain has great hill climbs. They've got a lot of mud. I don't tend to get in the mud, but they have it if you want it. They got some great camping areas. They got a cool pond that you can fish in. There's some really good fish in the pond out there. Some wide open places to go fast and some great views that you can't get anywhere else. My favorite is hill climbing. That's what I like to do.
Which is exactly why this is his favorite spot.
This is the place to hang out, Paycheck Hollow. This is why.
Paycheck Hollow is a trip. You can spectate from the top, grab the wheel and give it a try for yourself, or in my case, nod your head at Johnny and hang on tight.
got in the Razor, and she said she was down for whatever. So I figured if I went down at first, she could have a little bit more time to opt out. I kind of heard a little bit of screaming, but sometimes I'm not sure if it's me that's screaming, so I just go with it.
Okay, so that's what Alabama's all about.
That's right, that's right.
Glad I wasn't mic'd up for that one, because, oh my gosh.
That was intense, but so fun. The perfect spot to end our trip on a high note. From Georgia to Alabama, our southern excursion was packed with great riding. And even better company.
There's a lot of people going through hard times, and they come out here just to get lost in nature, and that's what it's all about.
These are my roots, born and raised here. Really all I know. I've been all around the world, and some things are a cliche for a reason because they're true, and they say there's no place like home, and mean it.